Hi, you guys. Good evening. Welcome to another analysis session. So today we are going to go over technical analysis. We're going to go over gold. We are going to go over UJ and USD CAD and also GBPJPY. So last week, the week ended out really strong. We had strong pushes on Friday when the market closed, right? Before the market closed. So last week during the analysis, if you guys remember, I had this vast pattern here where we were looking for price to keep going down, keep diverging rather, because we spotted this entire move on the 4-hour chart where price was literally just descending downwards, and we could see a reversal coming, but it's not about knowing what will happen. It's mostly about knowing when and really tracking price. Personally, I had quite like a rough week. So tracking price was really a little bit, difficult a little bit, but I knew that it was going to get to this point. And even on Thursday morning, when we had the live trading session with the students on the group, on the inner circle trading circle, so we had price come down to this area. So I illustrated a part of my second strategy in the course, that's the advanced supply and demand strategy. I illustrated that and told them to watch out for that same thing. So we had that minor structural move playing out already on Thursday, but on Friday we now had the major move into this our OB. So we had an order block here on 4-hour. You can see this zone that is highlighted here, and price just went into there and bounced up. So currently where we have price at, we have price at so I'm just gonna, first of all, let me go on a monthly time frame.
Recording in progress.
Oh, really? Let me go on a monthly time frame. I'm not sure if you guys have been saying that. So if you can look at what gold has been doing for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 months now, gold has been in a downtrend, and we understand with market structure that price creates higher highs and higher lows, lower highs and lower lows, stuff like that. I probably didn't set this Zoom well that I have to be admitting people. But yeah. So we have price just doing a push down, and it's currently around this monthly support level. And it did break past that level. I mean, it tested it once and they just pulled back, but we are at the monthly support area, and which is also like, when you have price do an impulse move, the next phase we are looking at is a correction phase. And we have like this break of structure, let's just say this break of structure around here. So ultimately gold is in a downtrend, but right now we're already seeing exhaustion around that support level. So we can be looking at gold to pull back and push like back and create like a little pullback here. That's on the monthly though, so that could take months. On a weekly, we can see, something like this. This is what excuse me, this is what we are looking at the monthly to do just to push back, right? And you can see this phase on the monthly already completing. If we go to the time frame, so you know, my all these lines are black is for monthly, yellow is for weekly, and they're basically support and resistance lines. There's a way I draw them, which is inside my technical analysis course. When you get to level 4, that's top-down analysis. They work well and they give us information as to what price is doing, because you have to know what price is doing at all times. Okay, so we drew a trend line on the daily, and then last week, the previous weeks, we had price push up at that support level on the higher time frame. We are currently sitting on a monthly level, which means consolidation. So we pushed up and we pushed back into that zone. And right now, if we go on 4 hour, like I mentioned earlier, price went into our demand area and respected it. So just the fact that this vast pattern was so accurate makes me happy, because if you've been following what I've been trying to say for months, I've not really been in tune with my trading self. I need to be in the zone of trading, but we're getting there. Healing takes time, and yeah. So anyways, I'm going to put a trend line here right now. I'll prefer to do this on the 1 hour, just so to have more price. So let me hide this vast pattern. That's done and dusted. So currently, what price did, we ended out strong on Friday. We respected the demand zone. Now, how we're going to approach this kind of market structure is, obviously, I know price is going to go up. Why? Because I can see this level of liquidity being formed around, like liquidity was formed like days ago, right? Around here, trendline liquidity. I have a liquidity video on YouTube where I mentioned trendline liquidity and all, right? But yeah, it was fun. So price definitely going to go up. Plus, we have this impulse mode, which has come back to form a W. In my notes, like 2 weeks ago, when price was around this area, I wrote that we could see price come down there to form that W. So it was 2 ways, right? Either we could have pushed up from here, which is a valid zone, because this support has been, like, this is a resistance that turns support. But if you look closely, it has already been tested around here, and it came back and tested it again, but that wasn't enough to sponsor the push and to continue this major impulse move. So right now, with price, we have a strong bullish momentum push right around here, and we'll just wait on Monday for price to finish this bullish move. So what I would do is, we do have a double top candlestick formation. Just to zoom in on price a little bit, I'm going to highlight this order block that has been tested before, so I'm not so confident in it, but I'm looking at price to push up inside this zone and then come in to do a correction phase before continuing a move up. Ultimately, I'm watching for price to get to this 4 hour trend line here. I use green for my 4 hour. So any green thing you see is a 4 hour zone. Sorry, this red one is just like mental alerts. So yeah, this is an impulse move, and if I can look, we created another phase of order block that was not retested. So I'm gonna be watching price closely for it to come into that zone. If we get a momentum push, inside this area, which is close to this, which is close to that level of that weekly level, right? We would start selling. But for when price opens, I'm still looking at gold to keep pushing up. So this is where you go on the lower time frame. This has already created an impulse move where you go on the lower time frames and go to look for the correction phase on minor structure. So wait for that structure to finish playing out. So yeah, the 1 hour aligns. So I wanted to draw a trend line. Hold on. So I'm just going to pick this like this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So when price is retracing, we are looking for it to retest that trend line, because after that breaking, I mean, it's not a must it does that, but that would be, yeah, pretty funny. So now I'm dropping down to 30 minutes, which is same as 1 hour anyways. I mean, okay, so let me not ignore what I just saw. So while on this 1 hour, I would prefer to remove this 4 hour zone. It's still another block, it's still the same area, and just turn this to the 1 hour zone with that other block. I would prefer to do that. Yeah. Ultimately, this is a supply and demand area, basically. So it's still the same thing, just preference. So I do see gold to keep pushing up. Yeah. So let me draw a feed around here. So I mean, we hit on minor structure, we hit 38.2 and continued an aggressive move up. So I'm looking at price to, actually hit this negative 61.8, but that's minor structure. Before I can confidently take a sell on this, I want price, I'm looking at price to respect this area of supply. And let me delete this. This was during the call on Thursday. Sorry. So, but do you have any questions so far? Do you understand what I've been doing? Can you see what I'm seeing? Oh, Victor, you just joined. Don't worry. So, yeah, so I'll just wait for what price does at this 61.8 here. Let me see if we have a zone. We do have a minor structural zone. So I'll wait for what price does at that area for gold. Okay, so gold to keep pushing up. And then we just wait. If it respects this minus one, we know that we're still aware of this area here. Okay, so see negative 61.8 signals reversals. When I have a retest what? What did you say?
Said the way you use this your advanced Fibonacci, so I'm not yet saying what you're saying.
Okay. And when you get to the portion of the course that teaches that. So that's on gold. We'll find a best pattern for it later. Let me not get too cocky. So UJ. God help us. So let me delete this. I mean, I was trying to pamper UJ and treat UJ like a king and just say, okay, I'm gonna wait for a few things. But I just knew that this guy was pretending. Yes, USDJPY has been pretending. I just knew that your real self will still come out. So I love the fact that we have our validation for a sell, basically. USDJPY has gone to highs that it has not gone to before. If we go on the monthly level, right? Go on the monthly, it has not been here. Like the highest it was at in 2003, it has surpassed that level since, like that's 128, right? So if you look at this impulse move, is kind of like the same with the previous impulse that created like this, yeah, here. You know, the dollar was so strong. So we have our moves, impulse correction continuation done. One. So ultimately, we have an untested level of support around here, this monthly level around 124, but that is looking really far. It will happen, but yeah. So right now we can see, let me remove this. So we can see exhaustion around this level. So it got to 151, you know, almost 152. Yeah, it got to 152 actually. Nice. So this had to happen on Friday when I was not looking. Anyways, I've had like a pretty rough week, but it's great to see that we got that rejection around that area. And then on the weekly, yeah, same thing. If by this coming week, we have the candlestick that forms is an engulfing, a bearish engulfing that engulfs this previous candle on the weekly time frame, then wait for a retest of that candlestick and do a swing trade. Maybe hold it to next year, because this way do a retest where it left. So let me have this back here. I mean, this is not ideal for a day trader to be watching a trade like this, but yeah, since we're already in it, might as well stick to it. We'll stick beside him. So we got to the weekly level and rejected. Let me do want to draw a fib out of nowhere. But yeah. I mean, almost hit second take profit, but with the pullback was just to 23.6 on daily, and yeah, we hit first take profit. We just had to take a few people out of the game before pushing down. So on Friday, price ended up aggressively. We had impulse move. And so now when price does something like that and just drops, be prepared that that is a sign that it's going to come back, which it has respected. It bounced off this trend line. So now two ways, we wait for a valid break of that trend line and a break and retest of that trend line on a lower time frame. That would confirm, that would be like the confirmed move. For now, a test of this supply order block here. So here. So we'll see if price respects this trend line, and then it goes back to retest this zone and keeps dropping from there. Okay, if that news was not a fake out, or that large candlestick was not a fake out. And fundamentally speaking, this reacted to the Fed giving vibes of reducing interest rates. Just not that they reduced it, they're just like, okay, they would slow down. You know, we have the ultimate Fed chairman, which is Jerome Powell, and then we have each state in the US has like Fed chairman. So they have like different people that are on the board. And so they're already mentioning that they're kind of calming down. It doesn't, even though the calm down is not something aggressive. So I think I read somewhere that they said that next time they will still increase and still wait at 0.75 basis point, like, and but when it comes to in December, they might just do 0.50. So that made the stock market to get and every USD to weaken, although we've been seeing the weakness coming. So technical analysis is like, it will show you, it will really show you, you really do not need fundamentals. Fundamentals really just give you that confidence if you understand what's happening. So I'm looking at this to push back up. Just a retracement. If you're a scalper, and indeed take the trade to buy, but I'm not doing that because fragile. Yeah. So once we get to that order block area, I'll be looking for signs, exhaustion, momentum, whatever it is giving me impulse correction. Either ways for it to also continue that sell. So either we are doing here, start watching from here. Start watching from there because, you know. So that's it for UJ. USD CAD 2 has been awesome. So I want to, I was just, I was watching this pair. I've been watching this pair, and it's been in a consolidation, and I've just been watching how it has been going, how it has just been moving. I've always liked USD CAD, but I've never really paid attention to it. But inside a consolidation, and this goes for all the pairs. I mean, price pattern is pattern. Once you see like chart pattern, that's it. And you know, this is inside a consolidation again. Let me go to a lower time frame. That's why you can really see the trend lines. Okay, so let me hide this. So last week when we had this push down, or last week here, we had a push down here. We've been at this daily zone for a really long time. Okay, we've been at that daily zone. So had another push down. I took a fib and just drew it out. We got to 61.8. Now, when you get 61.8, you know that price is not just going to move immediately. We're still going to like go back and forth. Plus, we're sitting on a monthly level. So you understand that on your lower time frames, like you're just not going to put in a sell and go to sleep. You have to literally watch price. I took a buy inside here, took one sell. But then on Thursday, I looked at chart and I saw that this is being aware of your chart. Where is this? Okay, so I saw that this was here. And again, I don't want to give so much importance to liquidity as I like more than, because if you are just seeing this and say, oh, liquidity will come and take place and you go and you buy, you know, you would have missed out on these order moves here. So, but after we had one push here, resistance, literally created a triple top. I knew that for price to continue to go downwards, to continue this impulse move here, we needed to, you know, take liquidity out. And when it comes to a price retesting trend line, because we did have a break of that trend line and retest, so we have multiple retests, right? We had multiple retests, and you know, I just added everything together and got the confidence that price will still come back to that trend line to retest it before actually going. And if you look left, I saw a you know, this entire zone here, which is like supply, and then we had resistance before. So it's just an area where price reacted to before. So when we had all the aggressive push on Friday, that was what pushed price. So when the seniors will push price, so it pushed price over there before it continued dropping. And currently with USD CAD, we have that move that is in play, a sell move. We are looking at price to go down to the second TP, which aligns perfectly with a zone, right? A 4-hour demand zone, support resistance zone. Right? So now how you would play this is just wait for a pullback and then on a time frame. So now we're going to be moving with minor structure to forward. Now overall, we know that it's still, so minor structure will give us, ultimately I'm looking for price to come back to this peak area. But if it doesn't, there'll still be another opportunity to be able to take the trade. Okay, if I could find a bus pattern, I will send it. So that's basically like 100 pip play there with USD CAD. So since price finished off strong on Friday, I'm looking at the continuation of this downtrend. I mean, you need to refine this to a really small time frame because the move has started. So let me see. Shine your eye. Oh, we'll have a pullback. Let's wait for a pullback to this level. Okay, so you can see. Wait for a break and a retest, right? Yeah. Wait for the retest of that before actually taking a sell, although it has tested one, it wants again. Don't go to 5 minutes, please, if you are not comfortable with it. But I do like to, part of the things that I started, I do like to make my students start getting acquainted with 5 minutes because I use it. So if it's your jam, it's just like it's fast and it can give a lot of fake outs if you don't know it. So yeah, that's it with USD CAD. We'll keep dropping down. But I really want to see if price will come back to this level. But I'm here thinking it might be too aggressive and it might just have taken off. So wait and see. And if it takes off, it will still pull back and gives us another opportunity and give us another opportunity. Okay, so the last thing I'll just check, which I don't have much details for, is our baby GBPJPY. This is so funny because on Friday I had to go and visit someone, and then I also had to mobilize like my puppy going out of the state and all. So it was quite hectic, but I did check the chart in the morning. I just say like, oh, what's it doing? So I saw GJ in 169. And then in the afternoon when I checked, I saw it at 165. I'm like, bro, like mentally, I put a, mental thing that, okay, ultimately we are going to get to this 4-hour zone that I've put here. I was like, not that fast, girl, calm down. So same thing with you, Jay. I'm just going to be watching for a pullback. I'm going to have to really sit down and mark up GJ again. But so far, so good. It has been inside a consolidation. Also, like UCAD, we have it around a higher time frame level. I can't like 170 was looking really far for GJ, and I can't believe like he reached there. That's why you don't guess price. Okay. So ultimately, like UJ, I'm waiting for this to sell. So we'll wait for a pullback. Actually, it's for that sell continuation. We already have a push downwards. We'll wait for a pullback, which is sitting on the 4-hour level. So we'll just wait. Like UJ, I'll have to remark this up. Yeah. So do you have any questions before we go? Yeah, that's it, guys. Do you guys have any questions? And how was your week last? What? All right, so if you don't, and that's it, guys. Yeah, I was thinking of something this morning, and I felt like God put in my heart, message was telling me anyways, for my word in season. Part of the things, because I won't share all, I think it's not yet mature enough. But part of the things he said, and someone randomly just sent me a Bible text on Instagram about the part where Jesus said, you don't know what I'm doing now, but just wait, I'm doing something. Something like that. I can't remember the original text. But part of what God has been telling me is just, you have to stay strong. Pressures won't stop coming in this kind of season. It's like the pressure is really getting worse and worse, but gold is made under fire. Abi? Yeah. And diamonds are built in pressure, all those quotes. So it was just like, you just have to be strong, no matter what. No matter what, just stand strong. Like you cannot waver. Like you might seem as if you are a robot or you are like you are rigid, or people might feel like, don't you have human feelings? Okay, Diana, we do have 5 minutes left on Zoom, but people will be like, don't you have human feelings? Are you doing this? You might seem, this thing, but just you are trying to protect your mind, your peace, and just stay strong. No matter what, just stay strong. Keep looking at Jesus. The popular verse where it says that the reason why Peter, when he was looking at Jesus on the water, was because why he started sinking was because he took his eyes and mind and faith of Jesus. So just keep being strong. And in Yoruba, I felt like my spirit was telling me Yoruba, Sharagiri. It means be strong. When they tell a man, na man you be, something like that. So yeah, that was what, part of what God told me. And I just started to share. Next week, maybe we would go over Believe Bigger again, and we might just see another thing there. I'll just do drawing of swords and pick something random. I don't know. But you guys have a great week. Stay consistent and committed. Take care of you.
Thank you so much. My Believe Bigger is on the way.
Yay! Yeah, I can't wait for you to read it. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Good night.
Take care. Good night.
Okay, good night, man.